We're following a mother is calling for a full revamp of the special education program in Rockdale County Public Schools after she says that her son was assaulted inside his elementary school classroom.
Yeah, she has held a news conference with her attorney at the Board of Education building. That's where we find Atlanta News First Madeline Montgomery. So Madeline, what are they hoping will change here?
They have a full list of things they want to change right here in Rockdale County, including more transparency with parents, and they want a more thorough vetting process for teachers, specifically teachers who are in the special needs department. And that's also what allegedly happened to 9-year-old Antonio Alexander doesn't happen to another student.
I'm seeking change for my son in the district.
A situation that would have any mom emotional. Yamaya Lyles says her 9-year-old son, Antonio Alexander, was physically assaulted by his paraprofessional at Pine Street Elementary School last month. Alexander's autistic and nonverbal, so Lyles had to find out about the incident from the principal days after it happened.
Our family loves and adores him, and we trusted this school for years. For an incident to happen that my son wasn't protected.
Lyle says the principal told her the paraprofessional, Ari Jones, has been let go from the district. Lyles' attorney, Kiana Chenault, also tells us Jones is being charged with child cruelty and battery. But Lyles and Chenault feel there's a long way to go for Pine Street Elementary to feel safe again for students and parents.
It's very clear that we have a major problem in Rockdale County, and that problem is that Rockdale has created a system and a culture by which adults think it's okay to abuse innocent children.
Chenault has had a number of other parents approach her with complaints against the district.
Special needs students were left in bathrooms as a form of punishment. There was another incident by which a special needs student was given the wrong medication, and that student ended up in the hospital.
Lyles and Chenault have a list of complaints and demands for Rockdale County Public Schools. They want more screening done for special education teachers. They want parents to be notified sooner when something happens to their child on campus. And they want video of said incidents to be released to parents.